Kłaniam się Państwu. Zapraszam na kolejne wydanie programu Prosto z parkietu. Moim Państwa gościem jest dzisiaj Joe DiNapoli, znany trader, weteran trader, twórca z popularnych systemów tradingowych. Serdecznie zapraszam i uprzedzam, że rozmowa będzie po angielsku. Hello Joe, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure's all mine.
I have two sets of questions for you. Actually, the first part will be the questions about the trading strategy and how the markets have evolved over time, and the second will be about, let's say, the near-term prospects of financial markets. So you have been active an active trader for 3 or 4 decades now, and I'm wondering how has the market changed over this time in terms relevant to the trading strategy, trading tools?
Actually, it's probably been 5 decades, if you can believe that. It's been a long, long time. There was a very major change in markets, and it occurred in March of 2009. And this is when Skynet took over. And Skynet, of course, is the computerized portion of trading, algorithmic trading, high-frequency trading. And silicone is in control of our markets now, and it's not a good thing. This has been the major change.
But still, I understand that there is a place on the market for an individual trader, despite that.
Definitely, there's a place for an individual trader, but this has distorted the market. There's a big distortion in the market that did not exist before. So when you ask me about how has the market changed, for 200 years prior to Skynet taking over, you had one type of market. Now you have a different type of market. And for those that don't recognize the change, I think it's going to be pretty hard for them to make money. If you go back to 2008, the financial crisis, I did amazingly well. 2007, 2008. When 2009 hit, I wasn't able to make any money. It was like, what happened? And it took me a while to figure it out. And eventually I figured it out, made some adjustments in the way I approach the market, and I'm okay. But I think unless your methods are very sophisticated and high quality, you're not gonna make it.
But what is precisely the source of the problem? You probably have read the book by Michael Lewis, The Flash Boys, and where he says that the market is rigged. So what he means is that the HFT traders, they front run other investors, etc. Is this what you're referring to? That because on the other hand, many supporters of the modern market, they say that this high frequency trading, it only adds to liquidity. That should be a positive.
It's an absolute lie. Flat out 100% lie. It does not add to liquidity, it subtracts from liquidity. What people don't understand is that high-frequency trading, it's not a question of having to pay 1/10 of a cent or 1/20th of a cent or 1/2 a cent more. I gladly pay it. I don't care. You go back to the old specialist system, we always pay that little extra. That's not the issue. The issue is the inability to get a fill. And when you can't get a fill, you can't get money. Oh, you got an order in there to buy 10,000 shares of stock, you get filled with 68. It's an annoyance. Now you try to get filled on the remaining shares and you up your bid, and then the high frequency traders up their bid more. You have to know how to get around this kind of a problem. And when you talk about liquidity, this is the biggest fabrication that anybody's ever told. These I'm a tape reader. After 50 years, I can watch the tape, I can read things just from my experience. These, not necessarily the high-frequency traders, but algorithmic traders, literally these programs can be turned off. You can watch them. You can actually watch them be turned off. So when things get tough, a lot of these guys just turn the key and they're gone. So when you need the liquidity the most, it's not there. When you don't need the liquidity, yes, they add to liquidity.
Okay. And you have said that this requires some adjustment to your strategies. What were the basic changes you had to make in order to adjust?
Well, when these guys front run you, You have to be very quick about canceling, replacing your orders so you can get a fill. You have to notice the order flow and around these particular, see, I've been using the same numbers, the DiNapoli level, since 1985 roughly. But in 1985 and through 1992 or so, the market come right down, fill you, immediately go to your objective. It was glorious. Today, what's happening is that these algorithmic traders sense the volume that occurs around the numbers, and then they do what we call a wash and rinse, which is a quick and drive the stops out, trying to get that inventory for themselves.